Queens. This is The Sit Down, and I'm here with Wilson Cruz, one of the stars of Star Trek Discovery and one of the stars of our lives. Hello. Hello.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So let's get into this Star Trek tea, honey. Okay, so the last time you were on the show, your character, Dr. CULBER, was very much alive, very vibrant.
Yes.
He died, but I feel like he's coming back. Is he coming back?
He is coming back. It's not a secret. It's the worst kept secret on television.
I was like, I'm not trying to get in trouble with CBS now.
No, as soon as that episode aired, we wanted to make it very clear to people that this was just a chapter in the story. This is an epic love story. It spans life and death. And yes, I will be coming back.
That's so good. Why was it important? I mean, say more. I mean, you know, we don't get to see still too many epic, you know, sci-fi queer stories. So what did it mean to you to know that the story was going to continue?
Well, you know, you're right. We don't get to see these love stories, especially between two men, right? And especially two openly gay men who are playing these openly gay characters in the future. And it's important to see that, you know, our relationships and our love stories are as vibrant and epic and, you know, as important as anybody else's. And in my 25-year career, I've had very few opportunities to express and really delve into that kind of story. So to do it with my dear friend Anthony Rapp, who is an amazing actor, is overwhelming. But you know, I think it's important that we see the love in our community as well, and love between two men, and two men who you know, this is also an interracial relationship as well. So. It's exciting. It's exciting.
It's beautiful. Is there ever, you know, as you've done wonderful work with GLAAD, and of course you've always been so out and a real advocate for conversations about representation. And sometimes I do wonder when you're actually doing the work on set, is there a bit of pressure, you know, because, you know, the stakes are high. People do go, well, listen, we don't have a lot of these stories, so we want them to be.
You know, when I'm working, whatever I'm doing, if I'm working at GLAAD or if I'm working on set, you know, as an actor, I'm focused on the job at hand. But, you know, Anthony and I are very aware of the story, and we want to make sure that we get it right. You know, the first season, we wanted to make sure that when that kiss happened, that first gay kiss on Star Trek happened, that it meant something, that it came from a real place. And that it was done in the right way. So in that way, where we are advocates, right? We want to make sure that we're telling the story in a proper way, and an effective way. When I worked at GLAAD, my job was to speak to networks and studios and advocate for more representation. And so I had to put my hat on and really think about it from the business side. And in that sense, I had to express to them just how important and how good for their business it would be to have these stories be told. And they're finally getting it.
They're finally getting it. I hope they continue to do so. You and Anthony seem to have known each other for a long time.
20 years.
Well, okay, 20 years. When did you first meet? Do you remember
We met at my put-in rehearsal for Rent on Broadway.
Oh, my God.
So I had done the show, I had done Rent in Los Angeles, and then they transferred me over to the Broadway show when Wilson Heredia, the original Angel, moved to the London show. And it was Anthony's last month in the show before he left for London, and we met in that put-in rehearsal. And we've been friends ever since because, you know, at the time, the late 90s, there were very few openly gay actors who were working in the way that we were. And so, you know, we know what that experience is like. And so we've built a friendship of love and respect for each other, and the relationship that we've created on Star Trek really comes out of that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And of course, you know, you and Anthony both have relationships to Rent, and Rent Live just happened. And so, speaking of what you just said, what did it feel like to see Rent, you know, put on a nationally televised performance, given everything you know? You
know, when you see Rent now, as opposed to when you saw it 20 years ago, now it's a bit of a history lesson, right? Because we have to remember when we watch Rent now that that was a time when people were dying of this disease.
AZT time.
AZT was the only drug available at the time. Now it's a completely different reality, right? But we have to remind people that we were going to funerals on a weekly basis, that there were young men of color who were dying in hospitals right here in New York, in Los Angeles, and San Francisco, whose families were not visiting them, who had to create chosen families in order to create the support they needed in order to get through that. And it affected the way that we walked through the world. And so Rent is an opportunity to talk about that and to honor those people and honor those lives. And so it was moving to me that we had a national opportunity to have that conversation again and remember all of those people and remember the love.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Well, speaking of chosen families,
yes.
I'm part of the Drag Race family.
Yes.
At least I believe I am.
Yes.
I saw that you and Anthony both tweeted recently about wanting to judge on the show.
Yes.
So which camera can we, I want you to look in the camera and tell these girls, tell them why you and Anthony Rapp should be guest judges.
First of all, Rue, we've known each other a long time. I don't understand how I haven't been on the show already. I'm kidding. But listen, Anthony and I represent the future, and Drag Race represents the future. I think it's a great opportunity to bring together these two worlds. And it'd be fantastic to do an episode that was Star Trek based,
obviously.
like Star Trek fashion. Come on, bring it. Yes, future. Let's do it.
Futuristic theme.
Yes,
I would love it.
Yeah, let's do it. But you know, and we're both huge fans of the show. So
I stand. All right.
Let's do it, boo-boo.
Let's put it out there. Let's put it out there. Well, before you go, we wanted to play a quick round of One's Gotta Go. Star Trek edition.
Okay, what's that?
Okay, girl. I'm going to give you some options.
All right.
And you're going to have to eliminate one of them. And it's good luck. I wish you the best.
I understand what this means, but okay.
Okay, One's got to go. You have to get rid of Star Trek series, original series, or you can get rid of Next Generation or Discovery. Which one are you kicking out?
Original?
The original, Next Generation, or Discovery.
Well, Next Gen was what I grew up with, and I need my job. So thank you, Captain Kirk, for all of that, but you got to go.
Yeah, see, you're a pragmatist. Okay, One's got to go. You can get rid of Kirk, Archer, or Pike.
Why are you doing this? You're gonna make me, people are going to hate me. Kirk, Archer, or Pike. Well, we did without Pike for a long time. Okay. I'm sorry, Anson. Look, you gotta go.
I like this. I love you're like. Oh, this is so hard. Bye.
Savage, honey, savage.
Savage. She's a savage. Alien races: Klingons, Kelpians, or Vulcans.
Wow.
I know. Who are you most afraid of pissing off in that group?
Wow, that was. Goodness.
Who would I?
Kelpians.
Yeah.
Only because we went out without them for so long. Fair. I don't know. I love you so much.
You don't want no
Jones.
smoke from the Klingons. You don't want that.
Oh wait, no, no. You need an adversary in a story.
Okay. Okay, you're so pragmatic. Okay, one more. This is brutal. The reboot cast.
Yeah.
Who would you get rid of? Chris Pine, Zoe Saldana, or Zachary Quinto?
Oh my God. I will only get rid of Chris Pine if he comes to my house.
Look at that. Listen, where one door opens, another one opens.
Come on, Chris.
Listen.
It's comfy over here.
I live. We stand. Wilson, it is always a pleasure. Thank you for hanging out with us today. New episodes of Star Trek Discovery air Thursday on CBS All Access. We have to figure out how Dr. Culber comes back.
Yes, honey.
Okay, and more AM to DM is up next.